For basically 2,000 years, Christians have been reciting the Lord's Prayer. I mean, it's one of the most memorized pieces of text in human history, right? Taught to kids, spoken in churches all over the world. But what if that incredible familiarity has actually hidden its true explosive meaning? Today, we're going to try and unlock the Lord's Prayer, not as some quiet, personal poem, but as a full-on cosmic battle plan.
We all know these words. We know them by heart. They feel comfortable, personal, almost, well, kind of tame. We think of the prayer as this beautiful model for how we should talk to God. You know, a template for being respectful, for asking for our daily bread, and for seeking forgiveness. And look, that's not wrong, but it is radically, fundamentally incomplete.
What if the prayer that Jesus taught his followers isn't mainly about our private, spiritual world? What if it's about something way, way bigger?
Okay, let's really lean into this because this one idea, it changes everything. The argument here is that the prayer's true scale is cosmic. It's a declaration made smack in the middle of a universe that's in conflict, a universe filled with rival powers and territories that are being fought over. And to understand that, we need a key.
And that key is the worldview of the very first people who heard it, the first-century Jewish audience. See, they didn't see the world as just a simple stage for human drama. They saw it as a supernaturally dense and deeply contested arena.
The best way to think about this is like an operating system that was just running in the background for everybody back then. It's called the Divine Council Worldview. The basic idea is that they believed God, Yahweh, presided over this heavenly council of supernatural beings, and grasping this idea is absolutely crucial for everything else we're about to talk about.
Now, this worldview comes with a pretty dramatic backstory. You can think of it in 3 acts. Act 1, God ruled everything directly. Simple. But then Act 2, the Tower of Babel. According to texts like Deuteronomy 32, after Babel, God kinda disinherited the nations. He placed them under the authority of these lesser divine beings. And that leads to Act 3, the cosmic rebellion. The problem was, a lot of these new governors went rogue. They became corrupt, they led their nations into idolatry and injustice, and they were condemned for it. This is the cosmic conflict that Jesus walks into.
So with this cosmic key in our hands, let's look at the prayer again. Because suddenly, those familiar, comfortable lines, they unlock. And they reveal themselves as a declaration of cosmic warfare.
Let's take "Hallowed be your name." Usually we think that means, oh, I hope people will respect God. But in this cosmic context, it is so much more. It's a plea for God to act. It's a prayer for him to publicly vindicate his own reputation, which has been dragged through the cosmic mud by these rebellious powers. It's prayer for God to shut down every single rival claim to his authority.
And that leads us to the absolute heart of the prayer, your kingdom come. This isn't just about God ruling in my heart. It is a direct, bold demand for the complete reversal of the Babel event. It's a prayer for God to reclaim all the nations of the earth from their corrupt, supernatural governors, and to restore his direct sovereign rule over absolutely everything. This is a prayer for retaking enemy territory.
And what about on earth as it is in heaven? We often just assume heaven is already this place of perfect peace, but the Bible actually talks about spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places, even a war in heaven. So this petition isn't just asking for earth to catch up to a perfect heaven. It's a plea for a future day when God's will is perfectly done everywhere, on earth and in the heavens, with no rebellion left anywhere.
This whole cosmic reading really comes into sharp focus with that final petition, "Deliver us from the evil one." In the original Greek, the grammar really implies a specific person, not just an abstract idea of evil. So this isn't a vague plea to be saved from bad things happening. It's a specific request for rescue from a personal, supernatural enemy, the one who leads the whole cosmic rebellion.
So if this prayer is really a battle plan, then what's the ultimate goal? What's the mission objective that connects all these different petitions?
The end game is something you could call Eden globalized. It's not about escaping Earth to go off to some spiritual heaven. No, it's about the complete reclamation of this world. Every nation, every person, every square inch of creation, all of it restored to the direct good rule of its maker.
And this is where the prayer connects directly to our actions. The Great Commission, that call to make disciples of all nations, it becomes the very mechanism for answering this prayer. When you look at it from this perspective, every single person from any nation who comes to faith, well, in cosmic terms, that's a piece of territory being reclaimed from a hostile, illicit power. Evangelism actually becomes an act of cosmic reclamation.
So the big takeaway here is this. The Lord's Prayer isn't a quiet little retreat from the world and its problems. It is a declaration of allegiance. It's a weekly or even a daily engagement in a cosmic war spoken by the citizens of a kingdom that is coming, who are confident they know how this story is going to end.
And all of this leaves us with a final, pretty provocative question. The next time you pray those ancient, familiar words, what are you actually doing? Are you just having a moment of quiet reflection? Or are you declaring war?